This is the brand new 16-inch MacBook Pro that just came out today. Crazy stuff. I'm usually not this ahead of the trends, but let's have a look. Actually, super quick disclaimer before we hop into the video. I'm not a professional tech review channel, so if you're looking for that, please go somewhere else. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this for fun, and I don't really want to be bullied for not knowing what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm sorry for the disappointment. I also forgot the tripod to my camera, so the footage might be a little bit shaky, but this is just like a first glance at the new computer. I hope you get something out of it. And please excuse my horrendous nails too. But without further ado, let's hop to it. So here we have it, folks. The 16-inch MacBook Pro, still in its plastic packaging and all of its glory. Let's get all this plastic off. Man, I wish I had a tripod right now. Would make life a lot easier. Oh, all right. Goodbye, plastic. It's been nice knowing ya. This is really professional. So now I'm gonna be opening the box. There we go. Don't need that. Now this is a true beauty. So yeah, it's a pretty thin model. It's looking real spiffy. I know this is the 16-inch, but I'm not really sure if I see like a visible difference between this and the 15-inch. I don't know if it really looks significantly bigger to me, so yeah, that's really interesting. It does feel a bit heavier, but I'm gonna double check the weight comparisons. So as you can see, it comes with the USB 3 charging cable and then this little Mac guide and the charging block. So we'll get that connected in a bit. So something really unique about this model is that we have an HD FaceTime camera, which seems really great because the last Mac that I had was definitely not HD, so we'll see how the camera quality is. We also have Force Touch on the trackpad, which is really cool. And of course the touch bar, which was there in the first place. And sweet, we've got Space Gray Mac stickers as well. Love that. So I've gone ahead and gotten the new MacBook plugged in. Here it is in all of its glory. 16-inch Space Gray MacBook Pro. It's looking real nice. We're gonna wait for this to boot up real quick, and I'm definitely going to be restoring this from my previous computer backup, so that might take a minute. But first, let's go through the setup stuff. So right now I am transferring the previous backup of my last computer to this one, so that's gonna take a minute. But in the meantime, I just want to comment on the keyboard. The keyboard is a lot different from the most recent versions of the MacBook. I know that as soon as they introduced this touch bar, they kind of flattened the keyboard keys a little bit, but this keyboard is a lot thicker and clickier. Also guys, another thing I want to note is that the transfer speed is really good. It said in the specs that the transfer speed was a lot higher, but wow, I really believe it because it's only been about 15 to 20 minutes and it's already basically transferred 212 gigabytes of memory. Now obviously this is an SSD drive, so it's all flash storage, so that probably helps things a lot, but still, that's crazy. Another difference this has from the first touch bar sensor models is this escape button, which I kind of like because the escape button is really essential to have, and I guess if the touch bar isn't working right, then it's nice to just have this button there anyway. That I believe used to just be on the touch bar before, and now it's its own button. But yeah, we still have the touch bar and the like fingerprint power button. My camera's not focusing on it very well, but you guys get the point. Well guys, it looks like the brand new Mac laptop is ready, so let's go ahead and quit this migration thingy. And here we have it, guys. I'm so excited. The only thing I'm gonna say right now is that the loading is really slow, but I'm giving this the benefit of a doubt because it is a new computer, so it like needs to take its time, I guess. Right off the bat, folks, I have to give this screen immense credit. It looks gorgeous. You just feel fully immersed when you open this computer. It's very different. So yeah, one thing I want to do first is see what the audio sounds like because apparently the speakers are amped up a ton and cancel out noise, so I really want to hear what that's going to sound like.
Last Monday, you had protesters demonstrating, but as they did, reportedly a student by the name of Alex Chow.
So yeah, I guess I wanted to try testing this out with a Philip DeFranco clip because when the speakers of my 2015 Mac blew out, I was watching a podcast with him and Casey Neistat, so I guess their audio quality was just too next level. But what I have to say about this audio is that it has a very deep bass-like immersive feel as opposed to my 2015 MacBook, which had more shallow audio. There was less depth to it. This one, I don't know, it just feels very deep. It feels like you're very close to the audio. I don't know how else to describe it because it probably doesn't sound that good being picked up from my camera, but yeah, I'm a big fan of that. So the FaceTime camera was another huge concern for me because as I'm going to be talking about at the end of this video, the original model of the Mac that I got was the 2019 version of the 15-inch MacBook Pro, so I actually just bought that like 2.5 weeks ago and exchanged it for this new laptop. But one thing I hated about that version was the camera was trash. It was actually considerably worse than the camera that was on my 2015 MacBook. So that was really disappointing. And I understand why they did it, because they wanted to improve the thinness and other features of the MacBook, but I just thought it was ridiculous that they would have that terrible of a camera. This is definitely the clearest MacBook camera that I have seen yet of all of the models. It looks pretty crisp. I mean, it's very grainy. It's only 720p, but it's still way better than the last version. So honestly, invest the money and get this one if you like having a good webcam, because for me, that's very important. Anyway, here are the basic specs for all of my tech nerds out there. I'm not an expert on processing speeds. I just know that this one is faster. Here is the display information, and the storage on here is 512, which is the most storage that Apple has ever given for a base model of a MacBook Pro. This is fantastic. On the previous model, you used to have to pay $150 to upgrade it to 500 gigs of storage, and I was about to do that. Now I'm really glad I didn't, because this saved me a lot of money. So yeah, basically the screen resolution and everything is a lot better. The graphics card is better, the processors are better, and the audio is a lot better. This battery is also supposedly way larger and more powerful, and there's a better thermal system, so the Mac essentially cools itself more efficiently, which allows for better processing speed, which may explain the very rapid transfer. Well, that also has to do with the ports. The ports are really fast, and the flash storage. So yeah, I am a big fan of the efficiency of this computer. Here is the official size and weight. Of course, I'm just looking at apple.com. You guys have probably already seen this if you're interested in getting this computer, but yeah, this is just an easy way to see how it compares. And of course, this has Catalina. This is the brand new operating system. The box doesn't come with much. It literally only comes with a charger, but that's to be expected. So yeah, you can get a lot of different upgrades with this Mac. I got the very base version of the 16-inch, so it was the cheapest one. I believe it came out to $2,200 with the student discount. I know that sounds outrageously expensive, guys. I edit videos for a living, so having a good computer that's really powerful is extremely important for that. So this is an investment for me. I'm not just doing this for fun or to be a tech geek. And I got a good 4 to 5 years out of my last MacBook. I'm looking forward to seeing where this one takes me. Overall, I do think that the differences between this version of the MacBook Pro and the 15-inch right before it are huge. They might not be huge to everyone, but they're huge to me. Having the extra processing power is really important, and having double the storage, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, yes, the fact that you get double the storage for the same price is huge. I mean, I guess it depends on what you do, but I would highly recommend this upgrade if you do have one of the older versions of the Mac. I can't speak to everything, but based on my first impressions, this was highly worth it. But yeah, so now that the review part of this video is over, I'm gonna be talking about why I got this Mac. At the beginning of everything, I was using a mid-2015 version of the 15-inch MacBook Pro, the base model, and then suddenly, out of the blue, one of my speakers blew out. So the audio was working still, but the bass just didn't sound right, and it was gonna cost $100 to fix. So I decided to get a new MacBook Pro and sell my old one to my brother. So about 2.5 weeks ago, on October 26th, I bought the most recent version of the MacBook Pro before this new 16-inch version came out, and that was the 2019 version of the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Base model, 256 gigabytes of flash storage, $2,400 or $2,250 with the student discount. So yeah, that really sent me into a crisis state, because that was a very, very expensive purchase. And then, what do you know? 2.5 weeks later, Apple releases an article, actually this Wednesday, November 13th, saying that they were coming out with a brand new MacBook that was 16 inches, double the storage, better camera, better screen, like bigger screen, better processor, better everything, for the same exact price as I just bought the older model for. Well, I was very upset about that. So I basically immediately drove an hour from college back to my house so that I could get the original box and stuff that my recently purchased Mac came with. And then my mom and I drove to the Apple store that I bought that Mac from, and basically they exchanged it for me without a question, because I was coming back very close to the 14-day return window. I was like a couple days late, but they still swapped it out for me, which was really nice of them. I appreciate Apple's customer service so much. And at first I was mad that none of the the Apple Store employees told me that they would have a new Mac coming out, but apparently no one knew, which is crazy. Like, not even the employees. And it turns out that I literally walked in on the first day of the new Mac's release. So that's kind of why I wanted to make a video about it, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be one of the first YouTubers to make a video about it. And yeah, I'm just trying to hop on that trend. Not trying to become an unboxing channel, but just wanted to give my thoughts as a consistent Mac user but an average person and not a techie. The craziest part of this story is that I literally got $50 back because apparently with this new model of the MacBook Pro, the student discount gives you $200 off instead of $150. This honestly solidified my brand loyalty to Apple even more. I didn't think that was possible, but what do you know? I'm an Apple fanboy. I'm sorry, guys. I know all the PC lovers out there are shaking their heads. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this little review. Again, I'm sorry that it was so thrown together and so random. I just wanted to hop on the trend and do something spontaneous. But yeah, I know this doesn't have much to do with my normal channel content, and I know all the tech geeks watching this are probably gonna be really disappointed because of how badly I'm reviewing this, but again, I just wanted to give a first look. I'm not trying to be unbox therapy or anything. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.